transported to UT Medical Center for treatment of what was at that time believed to be a gunshot wound. Later turned out that that injury was sustained while running from a shooting. While investigators were en route to the University of Tennessee Medical Center, they were advised that a Chevy Tahoe with several windows shot out had arrived at the emergency room. The driver of the Tahoe entered the emergency room carrying his 12-year-old son, Jajuan Latham. Latham was suffering from a gunshot wound to the head. Just after 11 p.m., Latham passed and died from his injuries. We want to send out our condolences to that family. We certainly know that they are dealing with this horrible loss this morning, and so we certainly want to send out our deepest condolences and our heartfelt prayers to them at this time. According to our preliminary investigation, a gathering attended by a large number of people was being held in the park when the shooting erupted between party attenders and occupants of two vehicles that were driving by the park. During that exchange of gunfire, Latham was struck while he was sitting in the back seat of his father's vehicle. Multiple shell casings of various calibers were recovered in the area of the shooting. We have had witnesses come forward and provide statements concerning these events. The information that was obtained from these witnesses and the evidence recovered from that scene and the Tahoe are vigorously being investigated by our Criminal Investigations Division. We are asking that anyone that was present, we know there were 150, 200 people present at this gathering. If anyone has any information concerning this shooting, we're asking you to contact our crime and drug hotline, our crime information line at 215-7212. That's 215-7212. A lot of times people think that there's the information they may have is insignificant. There's no such thing in a homicide. Any information is important. We ask that you call, even if it's just to describe a color of vehicle or a type of vehicle, or if you noticed someone, give us a call and let us know. You can remain anonymous. You don't have to tell us who you are. That information will lead us to follow up, and many times that information will lead us to find those responsible for these types of acts. And so we encourage our community, those who were out there, to please give us a call. Latham is a middle school student at Beard Middle School, and he is a cousin to Jajuan Latham, who was shot and killed last December. I had a phone call actually with Zenobia this morning, and she has explained to me that Jajuan was with her last night at the basketball event, the Bobby Mays event at Fulton High School. This tragedy is another one of those that directly is going to be impactful in our community. My plea, the reason I've gathered the clergy from the inner city is for, clearly, as I mentioned in the Jajuan case, is for assistance from our faith community. This has got to stop. And this is a second innocent young person in our community that has had their life ended by senseless violence, by cowards. This has got to end. We are going to do everything we can in our power to address this. We need the faith community to help us in this. We need our community organizations to continue the great work they're doing. More importantly, we need the families that have children that are engaged in this criminal activity to absolutely step up and stop this. This can't go on. We do not need to bury any more children. This has to stop. Mary, do you have anything else?
I'll just add that our hearts and prayers go out to the family of Jajuan Latham, and also to the Dobsons. The Lathams and the Dobsons have now lost 2 children in a very short time. We will continue to do everything we can from the mayor's office, from the police department, but we know that everything we do depends on the support of the community. Mechanicsville is a great neighborhood. Mr. Wright is right here today. He's active in there. It's a wonderful neighborhood organization. There are a lot of good people in that neighborhood, and I think Danny Mayfield would be pretty upset. This is exactly the opposite of what Danny Mayfield stood for, and yet this happened at a park named in his honor. So it does. It takes all of us working together. It takes our school system, our clergy, our churches. It takes members of the community, and it takes the families to stand up and to stop it.
I do want to mention, I had a conversation with Dr. McIntyre this morning. So that tomorrow at the schools, and I appreciate Gloria being here, that at Bearden Middle tomorrow, there will be counselors on hand to work with the children as they arrive, those friends of this young man, to help them with this. If any of the pastors